You don't have a time problem, you have a discipline problem, and the clock is exposing it every single day. You say you're building an empire, but your calendar looks like it belongs to a guy who's building excuses. You say you want freedom, but you're still living like a prisoner to your impulses. Wake up. Time is not your friend. It's not patient. It's not merciful. It's a silent assassin killing your dreams second by second while you scroll, snack, snooze, and store. Here's the truth no one's telling you. You are not in control of your life until you're in control of your time. Not your mindset, not your goals, not your bank account. Because if you don't run your day runs you. And every minute you waste, someone else, hungrier, sharper, more disciplined, is stacking wins while you're still getting ready to start. This video isn't for people who want to manage time, it's for people who want to master it. Because CEOs, leaders, and elite performers don't play defense with time, they dominate it. They slice it up like a surgeon. They execute with clarity, precision, and power. If you want to operate at that level, then keep watching. Because at the end of this video, I'm giving you a truth most men won't be able to handle. But if you can, it will shift your entire future. The clock doesn't care about your feelings. Let's get this straight right now. Time doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care about your stress, your sleep, your story, or your excuses. Time is brutal, cold, unemotional. It's the most unforgiving force on earth, and the most precise. It keeps moving while you hesitate, while you overthink, while you scroll through your notifications pretending you're busy. Every second that ticks by is either working for you or turning against you. Imagine you had a bomb strapped to your chest. Every day it resets with a 24-hour timer. You've got that long to defuse it by making progress, taking control, and using your hours with purpose. Otherwise, boom, another day wasted, another hit to your legacy. CEOs live like that. They don't wait to feel ready. They don't hope to be productive. They command their day, like warriors preparing for battle. And here's the reality check. If your schedule is chaotic, your life will be too. If your time is sloppy, your results will be pathetic. And if your day is reactive instead of intentional, you're not in charge. You're not a leader, you're a liability. Every great man you admire, he mastered time before he mastered anything else. So start treating time like a weapon. Sharpen it, wield it, protect it, because every wasted hour is a cut to your future. Productivity is a trap. Let's dismantle the biggest lie in modern self-help. Just stay productive. You've been sold productivity like it's the golden ticket to success. Planners, apps, color-coded calendars. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You can be insanely productive and still be a loser. A man can run full speed in the wrong direction and still end up nowhere. You can spend 12 hours doing stuff and never move an inch closer to the life you want. I've seen men with the perfect morning routine, journaling habits, and 47 browser tabs open on how to build wealth. But 5 years later, they're still broke, still scattered, still stuck. Productivity without purpose is just motion sickness. You're spinning your wheels, burning energy, convincing yourself that effort equals progress. But real players, the ones running seven-figure companies, leading teams, building empires, they don't care about being busy. They care about being effective. They focus on the few things that matter. They know 80% of their results come from just 20% of their effort. That's the Pareto principle. And if you're not living by it, you're working like a hamster in a wheel. Want a real punch in the gut? You're not overwhelmed because you have too much to do. You're overwhelmed because you're doing too much that doesn't matter. Stop trying to do more. Start doing what moves the needle. Ask yourself every hour, is this building my empire or just keeping me busy? The enemy is invisible. Distraction. Let's talk about your silent killer. Not fear, not laziness, distraction. It's not obvious. It doesn't knock on your door and announce itself. It whispers, it pings, it disguises itself as important. Your phone buzzes. You say, I'll just check real quick. 30 minutes later, you're knee-deep in someone else's life, goals, and dopamine loop. You think you're multitasking, but you're not a machine, you're a human. And every time you switch tasks, you burn mental fuel. They call it context switching. I call it attention suicide. Each time you shift focus, from your business to your phone, from writing to scrolling, it takes you 20 minutes to get back into deep focus. Now do the math. If you break focus just 6 times a day, that's 2 hours of mental clarity gone. Stolen, robbed, not by thieves, but by your own lack of discipline. CEOs, they run their days like fortresses. No open door policy for distractions, no notifications on, no quick replies during deep work. When it's focus time, the world burns outside the room. Because in that moment, nothing matters more than the mission. Distraction is a cancer, and you don't manage cancer. You cut it out. Your dream life isn't hiding behind more effort, it's hiding behind focus. Time blocking is your battle plan. You don't schedule your day, someone else will. You think your time is yours? Check your notifications, check your inbox. You're responding to everyone else's agenda but your own. This is how amateurs live. Reactive, scrambling, pulled in 10 directions, wondering why nothing's working. Now compare that to a high-level CEO. Their day is a battlefield, and every hour is a weapon. Nothing gets on the calendar unless it earns its place. It's war out there. And time blocking, that's the strategy. It's not just about productivity, it's about power. Every block of time you claim is a declaration. This is mine, this moves me forward, everything else can wait. Think of it like this. Your day is a mansion with 24 rooms. Every minute someone's knocking to get in. Notifications, gossip, requests, distractions. If you don't have locks on those doors, you'll be overrun. And before you know it, you're the butler, not the king. Time blocking builds those walls. Wake up at the same time, non-negotiable. Block your workout, because strength is non-optional. Block focused work, because building requires flow, not chaos. Block rest, because restoration is preparation. The best part? You don't need to feel motivated. You just follow the map you already laid out. The same way a pilot doesn't guess their flight path. You don't guess your day. You fly with a plan, and you land with results. If this is hitting you, good. That means you're ready. So do something a weak version of you never would. Like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment. What's the biggest time waster you need to eliminate right now? This isn't about supporting my channel. It's about making a declaration. You're done living on someone else's clock. Let's cut the polite talk. You'll lose most of your battles before the day even starts, because you keep negotiating with yourself. You said you'd wake up at 5. Alarm goes off. You hit snooze. Just 10 more minutes. No, you just told your subconscious, my comfort matters more than my mission, and now you've already lost, and the day hasn't even started. High performers don't negotiate with weakness, they execute, period. They don't feel like training, but they train. They don't feel like working, but they show up. They don't wait for motivation, they act, and motivation follows. That's the difference between men who lead and men who hope. One is driven by standards, the other by mood. And your mood is lying to you. It's lazy, it wants easy, it wants pleasure now, pain later. But your standards, they demand the opposite. Pain now, power later. Want to build self-respect? Stop breaking promises to yourself. Start treating your word like law. I'll do it later is the most expensive phrase in your vocabulary. It costs you momentum, it costs you confidence, it costs you time. And here's the dark truth. Every time you let yourself off the hook, you train your brain to expect softness. You weaken the man you could become. So stop arguing with your potential, shut down the inner victim, and act like the man who already owns the life you want. Because that man, he doesn't hit snooze, he hits execute. The power of no. Let me ask you something ruthless. How much of your life is being stolen by things you agreed to, but shouldn't have? That coffee catch-up you didn't want to go to? That project you never believed in? That quick favour that derailed your entire morning? You know why CEOs operate on another level? Because their default answer is no. They say no to distractions, no to energy vampires, no to anything that doesn't serve their mission. Because here's the law of time, every yes is a down payment on your future. And if you're not careful, you'll wake up bankrupt, with a life filled by everyone else's priorities but your own. People will guilt you, call you selfish, say you've changed. Good, you should. The version of you that said yes to everything wasn't building empires, he was building anxiety. Saying no doesn't make you arrogant, it makes you intentional. It makes you a weapon focused, precise, lethal. Let me give you this metaphor. Your calendar is a vault. Your energy is the gold. If anyone can walk in and take what they want, you're not a leader. You're a pushover in a suit. So from this moment on, stop handing out your time like coupons at a gas station. Let your yes be rare. Let your no be firm. And watch your life rise to the standard of your decisions. Time means nothing if you're tired. You want to master time? Start by mastering the fuel that drives it, energy. Most guys plan their day like machines, but you're not a machine, you're a human system. And if you don't protect your energy, your time is worthless. Let me make it simple. Time is space, energy is fire. You can have all the space in the world, but if you've got no fire, you're sitting in a cold room with no light. CEOs don't just manage schedules, they manage stamina. They sleep like warriors in recovery, not kids watching Netflix in bed. They eat to fuel, not just to fill. They train their body, because a weak body houses a weaker mind. This isn't about six-packs or aesthetics. It's about performance, precision, edge. You can't dominate a boardroom if your hormones are fried, your brain is foggy, and your heart's beating like you ran a marathon just climbing the stairs. So track your rhythms. Know when your mind is sharp. Know when your energy dips. Build your schedule around you, not around some productivity influencer's morning routine. Take your biggest task, your deep work, your strategy, your high-stakes thinking, and do it when you're charged. That's how you win days. That's how you stack power. And here's the dark irony. Most men grind themselves into dust, trying to feel productive. while killing the one thing that would actually make them unstoppable: vitality. Your energy isn't optional, it's your foundation. Without it, your calendar is just a tombstone with bullet points. The hard truth is, you're not busy, you're afraid. Let's strip it all down to the core. You're not busy, you're afraid. Afraid of being alone with your thoughts. Afraid of admitting you're not where you want to be. Afraid of confronting the fact that your life has no structure, because that would mean admitting you're the problem. So what do? You keep yourself busy. You drown in fake work, fake urgency, fake progress. You say things like, "I've just got so much on," while avoiding the only things that matter. This isn't a time issue, it's a truth issue. And here's the truth most men will never face. If you gave up the distractions, silenced the noise, and actually scheduled time to think, you would come to realize how far off track you really are. That's why you don't do it, because clarity would demand change. And change requires courage. But CEOs, they build time into their schedule to think. They sit in the silence. They face the void, because they know something you don't. Silence isn't scary, it's sacred. In the stillness, you meet yourself. And in that moment, you realize you've always had enough time. You just never had enough intention. Let's lock this in. You're not a victim of time. You're either the master of it or the slave. Mastery doesn't come from hacks. It comes from discipline, ownership, execution. You want to lead like a CEO? Then start living like one. Here's your playbook. Kill distractions. Time block like a warrior. Stop negotiating with weakness. Say no without guilt. Fuel your energy like it's a weapon. And sit in silence long enough to face what matters. No one's coming to manage your time for you. No one's handing you an extra hour. You either take the day or the day takes you.